Ignition sequence start.
It started with a challenge.
But why, some say, the moon?
To go where no man had gone before.
No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
And none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
To land on the moon.
The Eagle has landed. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
17 Apollo missions, 6 lunar landings,
I'm going to step off the land now.
12 set of footprints left behind.
America's challenge of today has forged man's destiny of tomorrow.
Now, 54 years later,
Ignition. Right away, Houston.
we're going back.
Together, we will usher in a new era of exploration.
Nearly a decade of planning,
Now, this is the start of a very long journey.
setbacks and struggles,
Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson just called a scrub.
triumphs and success.
And liftoff of Artemis I.
Splashdown.
All leading to this.
We are the Artemis generation, and we are going back to the moon.
WESH 2 News starts now.
The Artemis II crew is getting ready for launch. In a little over 3 hours, NASA will send them on a mission to fly around the moon. This is a live look right now at NASA's feed. You can see inside the Orion capsule. You can see they're sitting down in their orange suits, the closeout crew, making sure every detail is perfect. This is a process that could take up to 4 hours until they close that hatch. Obviously, we're about 3.5 until launch.
Yes, nothing about this is happenstance, okay? It takes years of planning to get to this exact point. Within the last couple of hours, we saw the 4 astronauts suit up at Kennedy Space Center, and then they walked out to cheering crowds before they got into the rocket, or actually got into the bus to take them to the rocket.
WESH 2 is counting down to the launch, again set for 6:24 tonight, 3 hours. 21 minutes and about 20 seconds left. Thank you for joining us on this special edition of WESH 2 News at 3 o'clock. I'm Jesse Pagan.
And I'm Summer Knowles. WESH 2 will be on the air from now until the launch with live team coverage.
Oh yes, WESH 2's Christina Watkins is with a crowd of people hoping to see the rocket launch. Sonica Dange has a view of the crowds and the traffic from up high in the sky in Chopper 2. First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris keeping an eye on our launch forecast.
But we begin with our Space Coast reporter Megan Moriarty live at the Kennedy Space Center. Megan, final preparations are underway, and it does look like the wind has died down just a little bit. We were hoping for that.
Yeah, fingers crossed that the wind does die down a little bit. I'll let Eric get into that, even though it's, bothering us female reporters out here with our hair. But otherwise, weather's looking pretty good. It's a nice day out here, and everyone at the press site seems really excited. In talking with some of my NASA insiders earlier in this week, there's a lot of confidence around this launch window, this launch date. We went through fueling and didn't detect any issues, any leaks. That is so crucial, and that's a really good sign. And as you mentioned, those astronauts, they are being strapped into that Orion capsule right now. That's where they'll spend 10 days for their mission to loop around the moon. And it will take them 10 days. Once they get to where they really want to go, which is the far side of the moon, a place that we have never been before, they're going to be losing communication with the people here down on the ground. And at that time, they're trained. They're going to be taking photos of the moon. And again, this is a part of the moon that we've never been to before, so this will help us down here on the Earth understand what it looks like and plan for future missions. What's kind of interesting is they're not going to be super close to the moon. In fact, the moon to them will look like a basketball. So not super close, but still a really incredible mission. Getting to speak with some of these astronauts ahead of this mission, the best part is that they see this rocket as teamwork. There have been thousands of people who have worked on the Artemis program, and we're all watching and hoping for a liftoff. Covering the Space Coast, we're live here at Kennedy Space Center. Megan Moriarty, West 2 News.
Megan, thank you.
All right,
and
stand
after
by.
all of the planning, of course, Mother Nature always has the final say. Oftentimes launches get delayed if weather gets in the way.
First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris is live with the launch forecast. Eric.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, you could do everything right, but it's kind of like a flight. You can't go if the weather is just bad. Happy to say that, yes, it's still breezy to gusty. It seems like the winds have come down just a little bit, but I want to show you, okay, the big things that we're watching for today. First off, the cumulus cloud rule. You can't have certain types of cumulus clouds within about a 10-mile ring of the launch complex and the gusty winds. So first, let's look at the satellite imagery, and there are still plenty of clouds, but that ring is the 10-mile ring. Look to the right of that, look east of that. Earlier, there was just a ton of clouds there. We're seeing clearing. Little bit by little bit, the atmosphere is starting to work itself over. The sea breeze will develop, and I think that that's going to clear it out. And once that happens, the rains that we're tracking on our First Warning Live radar are also going to be able to work themselves out. So right now, yeah, it's not good weather for a launch, but we still have over 3 hours on the countdown timer, so we're still just fine. Now, in terms of the winds, surface winds are running about 10 to 15 miles an hour. That's what those tower readings there are on the right side. On the left, it's kind of a profile up the rocket, and you can see the winds are gusting. This is live data, by the way, gusting to about 22 miles an hour at the 457-foot level. Back out here live, I just want to show you, okay, on the rocket, on the launch pad, there are 3 500-foot tall lightning towers. The data that I was just showing you is actually taken from weather stations on each of those 3 towers. So we have incredible amounts of information coming from the launch pad there. All, at least in the wind department, is within constraints. And while right now the clouds are not, the trends are looking better, and over the next few hours, that sea breeze should be able to clear things out. We're going to take a look at Futurecast and not just try to dial in on the weather here at the pad, but will you be able to see the launch from your backyard? That's coming up in just a little bit. That's the very latest from the Kennedy Space Center. I'm meteorologist Eric Burris, West 2 News.
We've been monitoring the sky since about 11 o'clock this morning. We took Chopper 2 over to the Space Coast to take a look at how all the traffic has been. To be honest, it hasn't been that horrible. I've frankly seen more traffic for other launches. We've been monitoring 528. That's been relatively clear. The AMAX Brewer Bridge started to just get busy as cars were parking along the sides, but not necessarily getting to there. The only real spot of congestion that we saw over on the Space Coast was as you were heading on to the NASA Causeway Bridge. So US 1 there and 405, those were very congested. But again, as a reminder, you have to buy special launch packages in order to view the launch from the visitor complex. So all of those cars in line had pre-purchased those launch packages and were in line at a security checkpoint to get over the NASA Causeway Bridge. Beyond that, traffic has not been the major issue from what we've seen here in Chopper 2. As the hours count down to that historic Artemis II mission, the major problem seems to be parking once you get there. Right now, we're on our way actually back to the metro to comply with the temporary flight restrictions that will be put into place in about 20 minutes. We're flying over 50 right now. So to give you an idea of where we are, this is 50 by 417, and there are some pockets of congestion here. Again, this could also just be people going home after working in the metro. So nothing tremendous to talk about. There are a couple of things that experts and officials in the area want you to know for after the launch happens. There are some traffic advisories. In Titusville, the AMAX Brewer Bridge may be closing as a precaution. If you're watching from that bridge, you're actually asked to leave, but we saw so many cars there. No King Boulevard. On the A1A in Cocoa Beach, you won't be able to turn left onto westbound State Road 520, and in Merritt Island, several roads around the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge will be closed today. So we do have a lot of that information for you on WESH.com. But again, as we continue to make our way to the metro for that temporary flight restriction to be put into place a little before 3:30, the traffic's not the biggest story, I should say, headed over to the coast. It's going to be parking when you get there. Reporting live from Chopper 2, just hours away now from that historic Artemis II mission, Sonika Dange, WESH 2 News.
All right, Sonika, and speaking of parking, as more people make their way to the coast, people have already found a spot to park and watch the launch. WESH 2's Christina Watkins, live from Spaceview Park in Titusville. Christina, there are people from all over the world, quite literally, who are in Central Florida today for this.
And I'm so excited to introduce you to two new friends from Canada. I've introduced their card game just so they can share a little bit of their story with all of us here in Central Florida. This is Miss Nancy and her daughter Elena on spring break, and the Artemis launch just so happened to fall right during your spring break. How exciting is that?
Oh, it's so exciting. We love stuff with space exploration and the galaxy, the universe, so it was really cool to be able to come here today.
That's fantastic. How early did you all get out here this morning, Nancy?
So we actually got here about 10 a.m. this morning to try to get a spot, and we got really lucky.
Yes, you did, because you were right up against the river, and just across the river is the rocket. How are you keeping busy? It has been hours since you all have been here.
Well, we brought card games like Uno, as well as like matching games and dominoes to try and make sure that we're entertained up until the Artemis launch.
Now, Uno can get kind of serious depending on how you play. It gets tense with Uno.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, just this last game, I had to pick up 20 cards because we kept stacking them.
That's exciting. Really quickly, what does it mean to be able to witness this historic moment, hopefully?
Actually, it means a lot because you just never know when opportunities like this present themselves. And so, like, honestly, this might be the only time in my lifetime I get to see something like this. I don't know, but I'm embracing the opportunity to be here and feeling blessed that I get to experience this.
Well, we're so happy to have you all here in Central Florida. Enjoy your visit. Continue playing a game of Uno. I hope you win and enjoy this historic moment. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So here at Spaceview Park, we'll give you one look. It is so crowded. The crowds continue to gather minute after minute, hour after hour, and we expect them to continue growing until that launch window opens. That's the latest here at Spaceview Park in Titusville. Covering Brevard County, Christina Watkins, WESH 2 News.
All right, Christina, thank you. You will want to keep it right here on WESH 2. We have live coverage of the Artemis launch from now until the rocket goes up.